Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to the depths of the lake house here in Alan Wake 2, where I'm sure we won't have any more terrifying encounters with any kind of monster. That's a thing that's fully in our past. We've left it behind. Let's just see if we can continue forward. All right, that's just going to turn back on. Okay.
Typewriters. Please don't let this be what I think it is.
As you know by now, typewriters and Cauldron Lake do not mix. And a room full of them all clacking away? 100% bad news.
I wish we had a better zoom function. Typing in progress. Please do not turn off the machine. Okay. Also, it's very dark in here, and as such, difficult to actually see the function of the typewriters. I wish there were some lights, because I know this is going to come out even darker on YouTube than it is on this screen right now. Okay, well, I want you all to know that that's just pitch black. Don't I have a flashlight? I'm a federal agent. Did I not bring a flashlight? All right, is there a button for the? Is there a button for the button for flashlight is unbound? Give me. Am I using Z for anything? Doesn't look like it. Oh, I have a flashlight toggle. Yes, I have it. Why would she not get the flashlight out when you... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Can't believe you're going to make me press a flashlight button manually. Like my character doesn't have the good sense. Okay. It's a little bit weird, too, because F is used by default, when in most PC games, E is used by default. So that you have F that you combine the flashlight to, because F is for flashlight. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Progress report. Typewriter brand investigation. Investigation into the precise brand and model of typewriter used by Alan Wake with intent to use this particular brand for the ATDs continues to be unsuccessful. Sources contacted with discretion. Wake's publishing house, Wake's spouse, refused to discuss. Somebody else, no useful information. I wonder if that's like Barry. Checked all available online interviews, publications, elements pertaining to Alan Wake. Result, no useful information. I wonder if Rose knows. The relevant team will continue to explore alternative sources of information. The ATDs will continue to be operated with the available typewriters until Wake's preferred brand is known. Theoretically, replicating Alan Wake's style of writing via the same brand of typewriter used by the author should yield optimal results. Yeah, just in case that one brand is making magic typewriters. The project director has indicated that a similar investigation should be launched into the brand and type of ink used in Wake's typewriter. Yeah, I mean, it makes as much sense as the other thing. Please do not photocopy the manuscript pages. One can only imagine what effect that might have. This is a charming way to approach this problem, I suppose. I like the frequency with which they're hitting spacebar when you consider Alan's style, his preference for like very short words and very clipped sentences. This is not going to work.
My keycard isn't high enough clearance.
Okay, it's not obvious why I would need to get in there, but there could be stuff on those desks. I have a door over here. It is the... Okay. Maintenance and repair for the machines. Could be useful stuff in here somewhere. Oh, I'm getting an F. Oh, there's an ammo box on the ground. Hell yeah, flares. And grenades. Also good. Way more excited about a flare than basically anything else at this point. Project Arbutus. Research notes regarding the content of the Wake manuscript. We've begun to find pages from a manuscript very likely written by Alan Wake, para-utilitarian, and suspect in past cases involving the Cauldron Lake AWE. Though I do not like to bring myself or my biases into my work, I must do so here to address the matter being examined. As reference for any future readers, I am Dr. Diana Mormont, co-head of research at the Lake House facility. The page we recently found summarizes my life with Jules Marmont, a husband and co-researcher. It has turned us into characters for its story, making generalizations and assumptions that I must attempt to evaluate without emotion or prejudice. The accuracy of the writing is intriguing. It reports our past in the Bureau, but also details inner thoughts that an outside recorder would have no way of knowing. Jules and I have indeed been having more and more interpersonal conflicts this past year. This raises many questions. How does Wake, wherever he is writing this from, get his information? Or was the page itself determining these emotions and events? I cannot believe that the scope of Wake's ability goes so far as to have directed my entire career at the FBC. And if it did, would it matter? Even if a person knew their life was being driven by an external force, would it change their nature, their behavior, their personality? My disagreements with Jules are not sudden shifts in personality, but rather a growing resentment. I firmly believe that, though I have no evidence to prove it, which brings me to a new research query for our team. What methodology can one use to prove that their actions, their mind, their love or animosity are theirs to control? Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure the answer is none. There aren't any of those.
March 7th, 2018. Notes regarding Dr. Emil Hartman, founder of the Cauldron Lake Lodge, where he manipulated artists in an attempt to control the power of the shadow. I've gone through his notes, which were confiscated by the Bureau after his arrest in 2010. Overall, Hartman's work was sloppy. Complete disregard for proper scientific method. But he was bold enough to try something we haven't. Our procedural writing machines are promising, but we could understand the effects of Cauldron Lake's threshold much better by observing live artists in action. Thanks to Hartman, we even have a list of prospects. Next step is to send Dr. Darling a request to bring some into the lake house for analysis.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like the way to get the information, but the danger level of that seems awfully high. I mean, she talks about her whole career having been guided by Wake's writing, but I think the way this stuff seems to work, it seems to me much more likely that if it is the thing that it looks like it is, then probably Wake just like fully instantiated her already having backstory right at the moment that she needed to be created, and then her backstory just became real in that same moment, and it seems like the power kind of like backfills and does an awful lot of work elsewhere in the world. I mean, or maybe not. Alan's whole thing is still very mysterious. There's a lot of questions as to whether he is writing things into being or simply like perceiving things as they are. I don't know. It could be more of an extrasensory power than a creative power. Although that leaves a lot of questions about Thomas Zane still. I mean, the whole thing's very confusing. Well,
Shit. I can never say no to extra firepower.
no, that seems like a handy thing to have on hand. Do we know these people? I'm not gonna like check them for ID or anything. No, that's fine.
Back where I started. Spatial recurrence. Usually observes the law of 3.
Is this back where we started? Are you sure? Oh yeah, okay. I remember I remember this hall now.
This contrived overlap.
Okay. Rule of
The shadow is here. Good thing you brought a flashlight.
Ow. I flubbed my dodge timing. Come on. There we go. Once again, failed the dodge. A little slow, I think. I feel like that's maybe more of a pistol scenario. Maybe want to save the shotgun for larger enemies, but I don't know, maybe not. We don't have a lot of shotgun ammo is my biggest thing. So I might want to
This contrived
might want to swap here.
rebound it on itself. Compressing,
Okay, so these are on 4.
compounding,
All
and
right.
refracting. An urban legend and a murder in
Boy, that flashlight did not
The shadow is here.
was not having much of an effect.
Good thing you brought a flashlight.
Way early. Reload. Wait, it doesn't seem like her flashlight's very powerful. Ow. Okay. Running. Okay. That right there is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. In terms of situations to hold the shotgun for. Ow. Yep, I dodged directly into the path of that.
Corrupted. Shit just kept getting worse.
Okay, let's hope the next time through isn't quite as rough as that was, because I don't have the resources to rule of 3 this shit. Don't suppose y'all have any more equipment than you had last time. Okay. We will just have to run. Oh, wait. Alright. Well, that's an awful lot of shotgun shells. That will certainly help. Let me see here. Are there any other containers that I missed? Also, it's nice that the mouse wheel is working again. No, okay. If we get into trouble this time, we're throwing
Loop
flares
3.
and stuff.
Should be the last one.
I keep coming back to this page.
You sure do.
Clearly wake.
I guess just dead down the center, huh?
What is that?
That indeed. Okay.
Ugh, locked. Maybe there's another way in.
Okay.
Controllable shifting phenomena.
That's sort of fascinating. Huh. Okay. Before I go messing around with that, let's let ourselves in over here. Okay. Great. Great. Love a power core. Can we put this back? Hold on a second. What is this? The power core for? Is it that switch over there? It's not actually immediately clear. But I'm assuming we're going to have to take it through here, right? Do not love this. But at least it has a light on it. Please tell me there's some bandages in here. How's my flashlight? Okay. Nope. Nothing. Okay, well. So we open this up. And this just, yeah, goes back into this room. Now we have access to a power core, but I don't want to just lug it around without knowing where we're lugging it. Okay. Let me just head back toward the sort of center alignment of the area. Seems to be what we need. So this needs to be powered. But it doesn't seem like there's a rail to install a power core on, right? I mean, it sure seems like they want us to take this out. And just walk around all vulnerable with it. How do I put it down? I actually don't know. And I can't run with it either. Oh, this is a nightmare. Did we see a place over here to install one of these? I might just be burning time, but at least I'm having a properly spooky experience while doing so. Oh, wait, hold on.
Coming back to this space.
I wasn't wasting time after all. Stepping in here will give us a little bit of health back, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, I wish I could set this thing down because there's a crate over here. Well, at least like now that we've regained a little bit of health, our vision is clearer. I don't think there's a place around here to install this. I don't think I needed to come back here for any reason other than
But about what? I mean, what does it mean?
other than to clear up my vision, which was nice and useful. I do kind of hate that like red flashing vignette thing that every action video game has decided is critical to do. Well, we could take this around and install it in the other slot and have both sides of the both sides of this phenomenon powered. Maybe that would give us access to the switch. It's worth trying at least. Okay. So now there's power on both sides of this thing. No, that doesn't make it work. Does flipping the interior switch here do anything interesting? I can't really tell. Does it change the exterior area in any way? It doesn't. Does it do anything? Oh, this is now reading is interactable. Okay, I guess that is what we needed. Right, we needed there to be like something that switch is connected to, I guess. Okay. Only to then immediately obliterate all of that matter by flipping the switch. It's fine, whatever.
You again. What happened to you? Did the people here do this to you?
Marmon's clogging his head.
You said marmonts before. Do they do this? Where are they now?
Misery, hate.
Tell me where they are.
A man in a white coat.
Christ.
This painting's Dalek
Fixated
impression
on the
is
Marmonts.
incredible.
What did they do?
What is the speech bubble prompt here? I don't seem to be able to interact with it. I'm mashing interact and also flashlight. Why not? Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Well. I'm assuming I'm not allowed to.
Denied.
Yeah.
Ugh, this key card isn't gonna cut it.
We didn't actually go to floor 2.
Threshold is the connection between a foreign reality and our own. Now, they all have their own rules, strange as they are. But the further down I went, the more chaotic this one got. Clearly, this was the Cauldron Lake threshold, but something was wrong. Well, more wrong than usual.
Let's see what happens here.
Sublevel 2.
Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm.
Okay, yeah, this is different.
Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm.
Kind of sounds like there might be somebody alive. Oh, hell yes. Let's just go ahead and hit that medical item right now.
Oh, there's the elevator. How do I get in? Won't open while the floor's on lockdown.
Oh. Okay. That feels resolvable. Well, we'll go talk to him in a moment. I am not... Oh, there's nothing to read. It's just a smiley face. These, like, big instrument moving cases, or, like speaker cases, that have this really raised up floor are so weird. Why are there so many of these around here?
We're sheeted. Hope that glass is thick.
Okay, so the offices of the two big projects are right across from each other. Both currently inaccessible. That's not what I meant to do. %0 effort today. Oh, you got him. Okay, all right. All right now. You gonna unlock the door for me? What good are you? Okay, that person has an entire mop on their head. How on earth is their physics simulation set up such that me kicking that chair moved the bottles of stuff on the tabletop? Very strange. This door's not going to work either. What have we here? Just some office. Okay, shelter. Shelter's good. Little quick save, a little ammo up, or just a little empty box to get your hopes up and then dash them immediately. There's a place to stash one of the scientist's bodies after we steal his clothing. Then the shaded won't know what to think. We'll just blend right in. Okay, just some silver bowls, I suppose. In case somebody brings a dog to work.
A higher access card. Sorry, but I need this.
Okay, somebody walking around out there in the unsecured area.
How many paintings did they have this guy make?
Catalog of Rudolph Lane production. Designation black circular shape among yellow lines. RL342. An uneven circle painted in dark black in the foreground with jagged yellow-brown mustard lines behind it. Lines sometimes overlap with each other and or bleed into the black circle. Okay, yeah, there's a lot. Lone tree at night. Empty road in a forest. Okay, this is interesting. A dark gray streak across a dark green landscape, presumably a forest at night. The gray streak is likely to be a road due to its location, color, and the way its width reduces in line with the perspective. Note, a small white shape in the road could be a page of writing by Alan Wake. Relevant teams have been informed and are searching for this site now to attempt page retrieval. A yellow crescent shape on blank canvas. A curved yellow shape in a roughly crescent shape painted onto an otherwise empty canvas. Possibly a crescent moon. Or a banana. It could be a banana. What if he's painting bananas? Red, yellow, and green circles. 3 uneven circles, 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green, roughly arranged in a vertical line. Background is black/gray, dark red streaks along the border of the canvas. Possibly a traffic light? Like seen from a weird perspective? A cityscape with a blue-gray sky. Gray vertical shapes, likely the skyline of a city, in the bottom third of a canvas with a vivid blue-gray sky. Geometric shapes painted in thin white lines can barely be made out among the colors of the sky. A black void covering the entire canvas with a few small specks of dark or light gray able to be seen on close inspection. A large number of rough spirals painted in black, ranging in size from that of a quarter to that of a basketball. He was really in his Junji Ito period here. A brown shape, vaguely triangular, with what are presumably horns extending from the shape. Likely an animal head, possibly a deer or elk. Huh. Not all of those are necessarily immediately meaningful to us. Okay, I have no idea. No idea where to even start with that. Presumably the same password rules here apply, but... Are all of the numbers, all the painting numbers, bolded? Yeah, they are. It's interesting that the designation, the first part of the designation, only sometimes changes between paintings. Like this one's RL1, this one's RL3, but that one's also RL3. Different, sessions, I guess, maybe? Yeah, I'm coming in as fast as I can. Okay. Great big false alarm. I think the sound we're hearing is Estevez's own movement. Okay, 2023, September. There's a little... Is that a push pin or is there just a little dot in the one? And yep, this is the same password memo that we saw upstairs. Okay, so is there any other information down here that might give us an idea of what numbers are significant to the administrator working down here, whoever's computer that is? $9/14/23. I made that reservation for our anniversary, which I certainly never forgot was a week from this Friday. Let's take separate cars from the office. Can't have the bosses see us leaving together now that those hypocrites have banned inter-office relationships. I guess out of spite after their own relationship went sideways, right? So a week from this Friday, written on the 14th, would be the 23rd. Unfortunately, 0923 for the start of the password doesn't necessarily... Oh, okay, this password's just on... This computer's just unlocked. It may give us more information. So, today's password is the date of our special unforgettable anniversary plus brown shape with horns. I love you. And this was sent today. Okay, so people were still working here as late as 7 a.m. I maintain that seeing a movie together does not begin a relationship. Okay, what about this Trisha update? I just found out what happened to Trisha. Jules fucking fired her. I knew it. She was way too vocal in last week's all-hands meeting. Well, she had valid concerns. That man is a tyrant. Speaking up about safety is no reason to fire someone. Okay, so 0923 plus brown shape with horns. I maintain that these are not functional long-term password schemas, and I think that this kind of person is exactly the kind of nerd who would do a better job than this. Okay, 092325. Let's try.
Come on.
No?
Nope.
Okay, hold on. So brown shape with horns is a 2-5 for sure. Did I get something wrong about the anniversary? A week from this Friday, written on the 14th. So this Friday would be the 16th. Sorry, this calendar starts on Monday, not on Sunday, unlike every other calendar in the Western world. So, okay, it's the 22nd then. Sorry. I didn't even look because they only work one way generally.
There.
Okay. Yeah, I guess let's turn this off. This is going to turn the floor into just an absolute nightmare of hateful shadow monsters.
Lockdown lifted. You are now safe to resume working.
Yeah, I feel safe.
Estevez, come in. Facility. Sub-level 1. You copy?
No. Turn back. Area is extremely hostile.
Fucking radios. They're on floor 1. I'll need help.
All right, to floor 1 we go. Okay, nice. We have enough ammo here that I feel like we can just go, Yeah, geez, it is so hard to get... There we go. It's hard to get meaningful light damage done to these guys. Alright, we know there's at least a couple more. But let's not be in any great hurry here. I was really hoping to find more batteries. It's weird how many of the filing cabinets in this place contain pistol ammunition. Alright, what about... Oh, for some reason, there are no hostiles in here. Does any of these drawers look useful? Alright, what do we got here?
I had a thought today. A possible avenue for further research. When we think of art successfully affecting reality, we always think of Alan Wake and his writing. This could be due to recency bias or simply the amount of recorded evidence skewing our opinion. But also, I wonder if writing's very nature is an advantage. Text can describe events in such explicit detail. The story gives the shadow a blueprint, a map of what to make real. But not all art is like this. Music, sculpture, dance, cuisine, in our case, a painting. When the source material is open to interpretation, how will the shadow choose to interpret it? I think Diana will find the question very interesting. Most likely, she already has an answer. That's why I love her.
So we know that Zane's poetry, Zane who might just be, that's a whole complicated thing. Zane's poetry had some effect. The music of the Old Gods of Asgard is pretty narrative in nature, right? Like those songs are written to tell a story. And so you can see how those would have the same effect as writing. But yeah, it does seem like a painting is something that would be harder for it to have the same effect. Put your hands down. Ah. Scientists are much tougher than you would expect. Oh dear. Try to get into a space I can control a little bit better. Ah. You would think that the light in the ceiling here would be sufficient to fuck some shit up. I literally can't get her to bring her arms up. Okay, so we're in a lot of trouble now. With no battery power. Okay. I basically need to find some batteries, or we're just running. And I am not having a lot of luck with the finding batteries plan. I'm finding a lot of documents that we need to take some time to read. No, okay. Come on. Oh, flares. I have flares. What am I doing? What I'm doing is being very out of practice with the game's combat systems. I apologize. I have those flares. And you remember how I was like all excited to have flares? Okay. We have flares, we have flashbangs. We're gonna get this sorted.
Radios. They're on floor 1. I'll need help.
Okay. Oops, no need to run around like this. All right. You have a very annoying way of cowering. It is crazy how difficult it is to do meaningful damage. Also, I noticed this as we were running around here. ETD progress review. Too much overlap between tone and style. I mean, people do not use those words in like very tightly defined ways in the first place. Word choice good? Yeah, I guess so. Comprehensibility F. What about this? Dark, screamed the darkness. A dark reminder of the dark's inner darkness. A well of darkness. A vortex, like black paint. Darker and darker. And darker. It's got elements of his style down, right? The clipped sentences where they probably should be actually connected to the previous sentence by some other punctuation. That kind of stuff. So dark, the darkness could hardly see. A dark figure emerged from the darkness, facing the darkness with dark intent. A dark knife glinted in the dark. Darkly, which is the way that it would do that. Okay. Style C, tone A, content A. Yeah, pretty much. Structural improvement, repetition issue was solved with sufficient rounds of refinement. What do we got here? Page 10. The rot snail beamed. A wooded grain bent from the owl. Eggmail. 4 forms in the glass eye and melt. A cracked page booked through from down in bark. I grow and longer with the lower dark sea. No one found. Eggmail heaven. Yeah, this is getting pretty good. Pour during out, he chin, when all scream in blue and an axe vermilion. A day is around, flat across evening. The water murmurs in light bulb trees. Round the cat. The night glares in all streets. The coffee deers run. Fear drinks locks by windy cottages and black fires in the same mirrors. A mist heavies in Panic Mountain. Yeah, this is worse than the first one. And the grades they give it confirm that. All right, what do we got here? Lot 405. The dark woods rattled darkly. Flashlight peered into the deep darkness, and the dark shivered. Flashlight scowled. A woodsman came with an axe. The woodsman's teeth screamed. Flashlight screamed too, and was cut in half. Blood mixed with the darkness. A dark blend. I mean, it would be, right? Pistol looked at Flashlight in shock. There was nowhere to run, he realized. But he ran anyway. He ran into the deep dark of the woods. The woodsman rattled behind them, bouncing through the trees. Pistol knew it had nowhere to run. Pistol drew his pistol and turned to face his death. The woodsman emerged, and Pistol opened fire. Pistol's pistol flashed in the dark night. Once, twice, thrice. The woodsman fell with a clatter. You know, Pistol and Flashlight would be an okay name for a series about Alan Wake and Max Payne solving mysteries together. Need more reference material. Critical. Individual elements are strong, but ATD's lacking awareness and intention is a blocker. Yeah, you have to want things to write things. Weird. Input non-Wake reference material? Source human subject? Use staff as writers? I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough problem. Okay. It does seem to have. I want to try to get these guys a little close together. Ooh. Come on, throw it. Oh my god, the animation lock in this game is so real. Come on. Ah, damn it. Like, if you start reloading, there's so many, like, little animations that play around the reloading animation, where it's like, where she needs to, like, get the gun into the right position, then start to put bullets in, and then recover. And if you interrupt any of that with, like, more body movement stuff, like a dodge or whatever, it takes such a long time to return to neutral before you can, like, hold out a flashbang with the intention of throwing it. It can really be quite a nightmare. This is a thing I can't skip. I need to actually. Okay. I guess for this guy we can pistol. May as well save a little shotgun ammo. We got him to break a lot earlier that time. Okay, let's try the flare. Try to get them to come back here. Come on, pop. I think that worked. I think the darkness is off view. Probably not, actually. There we go. Stay still and fight, you coward. I'm the only one who's allowed to run around and dynamically use cover. Okay. What do we got left? One flare. And I did pick up some... We managed to hold on to some flashlight there. Yeah, that was not so bad. All right. Love to see a huge amount of shotgun ammunition. I do appreciate that the combat is difficult. And the resource scarcity is like a critical survival horror thing, we all know. But the amount of time it takes to get out of it and back into it can be a little bit of a bummer sometimes. Okay, so...
I wonder what happened here.
This looks pretty grim.
Jules Marmont looked at the painting. He didn't understand it, saw only random whirls of color. Drugging Lane made him more compliant, but his work had turned abstract. Jules needed more art his team could parse, could test, trial and error. These abstract explosions of color complicated the data. His grip tightened around the letter opener in his hand. The piece of art he needed was hidden inside Lane. If Jules could simply cut the painter open and pull the painting out of him, he would. The overhead lights flickered. Jules would make Lane cooperate. No more drugs. Less carrot, more stick. Jules had to go faster. He wouldn't lose to Diana. Nothing else mattered.
Okay, well, guess that does answer some questions.
I can't paint anymore. I know you want me to paint, but I can't. I'm empty. Rudolph, now, you love to paint. And you are such a talent. This is just the classic artist slump. No, I hate it. It's just taking from me now. When can I leave? You said you'd let me leave. Rudolph, but you volunteered to come, remember? We are helping you, like Dr. Hartman did. Perhaps you need to see our doctor? I can arrange that. No, that's... I am feeling better. Much better. I will paint. This is wonderful to hear, Rudolph. I knew you would come back to your old self.
Okay, I wanted to wait a second after that finished playing to verify. There's distant shouting, a voice shouting, and I couldn't tell if it was on the tape or if it's in Estevez's environment, and it's definitely the latter. All right. Project Ramnus subject condition report. Rudolph Lane, subject P, has shown a decline over the past several months. Initially, this presented as an increase in resistance, frequently declining requests to work. However, given time and pressure, subject would always relent. Subject's attitude toward art has also undergone a change recently. He is disinterested in his work, quickly becoming frustrated, sometimes even damaging or destroying the piece before it is completed. In the past few months, his work has become much more abstract, no longer showing true-to-life subjects or landscapes, but rather conceptual art that is much harder to define or categorize. Whether this sudden interest in abstraction was a form of rebellion, a consequence of growing something, perhaps reliant on or resistant to the drugs, or a source of genuine artistic interest, is unknown. The redaction there is actually pretty narrow. It really can't be more than like one or two words. One decent size or two very short words. As of yesterday, subject refuses to touch his supplies. He claims he will not paint anymore and wishes to leave. Subject's refusal has effectively halted all research. While the team can continue to run tests on the backlog of paintings, they estimate there is little new information to gain. The subject must continue to paint if work is to proceed. However, the team is concerned that convincing the subject with force or coercion may only entrench him further in his position. Action to be taken. Dr. Jules Marmont has suggested that a high dose of something be introduced to the subject's food to cure his... Why would they redact, what is effectively just like artist block or reluctance? If the subject's attitude does not improve, low doses of something will be introduced in order to improve his compliance. Okay. Well, you're going to get some pretty fucked up question mark art out of a guy that you treat in this way. So, art. Definitely art. Writing, painting, rhymes. We cross out poetry. And then sculpture. Could be art. Dancing. Movies and TV are sort of drawn to span all of the categories, I think. But, like, that's... Okay. All right. Theater, puppets, martial arts. Not art. Baking. What about cooking? Sewing? Graffiti? Not sure how to spell graffiti, it turns out. Knitting, speaking, rock stacking, bullshit charts like this. Does it say deals at the bottom? Like the art of the deal, I guess. All right, well, let's see if we have access to this area now. I guess this would be the door. There's not a big break open on this side.
Finally, someone who isn't a painting.
Oh!
Hey, hello. Who are you?
Sorry, got a flow going. Can we do this later?
Friend, are you unaware of the situation?
No, we cannot. I'm Agent Kieran Estevez. I'm with the government, and I need your name.
I'm Ed Booker, the playwright. And I'm hitting my stride here, so can you guys stop with all that banging and screaming? It's throwing me off.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to...
Where do you think you are right now?
In an immersive writing workshop.
Well, bad news, it's not a writing workshop. Good news, it's not a writing workshop.
Right. It's a government facility studying the power of creativity. That makes way more sense.
What are you even doing? What are you writing?
Well, after you all abducted me in the woods, I've been working on this manuscript you gave me because you need it for some experiment or something. I kind of forget the premise. But, you know, I've had this block lately, and filling in the gaps of this story has really loosened me up. Copying the style is a nice constraint, but I still have lots of room to play. It's a solid creative exercise.
Okay, well, I mean...
Sir, whether you are aware of it or not, there is a situation here. I need you to stay in your cell until I can resolve the matter, okay?
Uh-huh, got it. Hey, no one's been around with food for a while. I could go for some dinner when you have a second. Oh, and can I get my phone back? I want to call my wife. I don't know how Tammy found you guys, but she killed it. 5 stars all around.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
It would actually be super rad to find a cell phone.
The shadow monsters represent capitalism, which means the flashlight is the power of the artist. Sheer creativity tearing through the shadowy cloak of corporate cookie-cutter bullshit. Killer metaphor.
I mean, I guess that's an interpretation. All right, initial review of Booker's writing. The first piece of content produced by the subject is severely disappointing. It is not remotely similar in content to the wake pages we provided as reference. Why is it so focused on my marriage? Why is Jules the protagonist? Why is it set in an actual lakeside cabin? And what is happening at the end? What the hell is in the sky? Did anyone brief Booker about the concepts he has to write about? The lake house, the shadow? We need him to match Wake's style exactly. It's not going to work if he has no clue what he's writing about. We need to get this sorted. We need progress now. And why isn't he taking this seriously? When I spoke to him, he thought I was an actor. I want him to understand how serious we are. Whatever it takes.
Lots of heavy themes and a dark sci-fi wrapper. Love it.
Hey, listen, we all enjoy The Matrix, buddy. All right, continue the story from page ID Alan Wake 002. Match tone, style, and content as closely as possible. The crack was an emotional one. A line right through their marriage, their foundation, their lake house. These thoughts and more flooded Jules' mind as he stared out through the lakeside cottage's windows. The sun was setting on a stormy day. Rain-heavy clouds hung low, weighed down with the burden of purpose. It's very hard to scroll a small amount. Diana sat in her favorite deck chair, staring out across the lake's rippling surface. He watched the breeze catch her acorn hair. As if sensing his gaze, she turned her head. Jules looked away, flustered, then annoyed with himself for letting her affect him this way. He grabbed the bottle of red wine, poured himself a generous serving. And he kept pouring, his mind distracted by a thought. How did we get here? They had been at the lab running an experiment. Then they were here. Why? He remembered thinking that a break from the lab would give them space to reconnect, to mend the crack. But he couldn't remember ever leaving. Wine was flowing over the rim of his cup, though he didn't even notice. He put down the bottle, scanning the lake. A faint shimmer hung in the air on the far side of the lake, like light hitting glass. The sort of thing you only noticed if you were looking for it. He felt like he had seen something like this before, but where? Jules! Diana's cry snapped Jules back into the present. She was staring up at the sky in panic. A deep shadow crept across the deck. Jules ran to the door, to his wife. So he's really picked up on the marriage as a critical story here. That is not what I typed. No, I can't actually. It won't actually let me tab over to the backspace button. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Holy shit, 2 weeks ago. Jules just sent out a memo asking us to spy on his wife's project. Remember when we just made fun of his stupid project names and science factoids? Simpler times. Oh, he really did that? Diana's gonna slit his throat if she finds out. Those two are such a hot mess. I got drinks with Perry last night, and he told me Jules is withholding wake pages from Diana's team. He told her they went missing. Crazy shit. Paula mentioned you two were thinking about asking for a transfer. You'd really leave me here all alone? Oh, we can have weekly gossip calls, promise. There's a significant amount of black rock missing from sub-level 5. We know about that. Pi Day. Yeah, okay. Security reminders, sensitivity, stuff about people's nut allergies being taken seriously. You know the deal. Bye now.
They're kidnapping people to make art.
Estevez is a little slow on the uptake. All right, acquisition team is hereby approved to acquire additional research subjects for ongoing study related to Project Arbutus at the Lake House facility. Prioritize outcomes as ordered below. Both subjects brought to the Lake House for study. Tamitha Booker, her work is more commercially successful and thus more likely to yield results based on proven cases. Then Edward Booker, less successful, but theater is more widely recognized as art than true crime novels. Observe the subjects at a distance and only move to acquire if the opportunity arises. Under no circumstances can this operation draw the attention of local law enforcement. Okay. So clearly things got a little bit messy. Subjects writing must feature darkness, water, some marmots, the lake house, and conflict. Conflict is important. Okay. Well, there were some doors around here that are security clearance level 2. We now have access to.
Need a higher clearance keycard.
Oh, that does say 3 very clearly right on it. Well, there's a 2. Oh, wait, no, the security clearance doors, level 2 doors that I was thinking of were on the other level, weren't they? It sounds like there's still shadow stuff. I don't know. Weird. Okay, nothing of interest over here. I guess we're just trying to get in the elevator, right? Ah, well, that's not ideal. Okay, he is still standing. Ow.
My team was on sublevel 1. I knew they were in danger.
Let's reload this flashlight while we're at it. Yeah, I tried to cut the reload short and start firing, and again, like just caught in animations. Okay. Cool. This vision effect does not need to be happening. In 2010, Rudolph Lane was inadvertently involved in AWE 35 while residing at the Cauldron Lake Lodge, where he lived under the care of Dr. Emil Hartman. Lane was seriously injured during the AWE. He received medical care in Seattle for 2 months, during which time he was questioned and cleared by FBC staff. After the Cauldron Lake Lodge was seized and closed by the FBC, Lane moved to Watery, where he currently resides. Recent surveillance confirms he has no known personal relationships or affiliation with paranatural groups. As requested, the observation team has confirmed that Lane continues to paint as of date of this report. Just knocking everything over, because I'm very clumsy. To be fair, I just got hit with a very large hammer. Let's see you control your limbs any better in that situation. Don't suppose we could find any more healing items. There's pie. Can I not eat the pie? Listen, I've played video games before. I know that eating that pie would restore my health. Ugh, all right, fine. The elevator is always a good time and a safe place. So I'm sure this will be fine. All right. Let's go see about our team.
The Marmonts turned innocent people into tools using the FBC's authority. They thought they were untouchable out here, hidden away in the woods. No. Actions have consequences. And I'm the consequences.
I don't know. I feel like I've been hit by several of the consequences.
Sublevel 1.
Oh, you fucking bastard!
Right as I pulled the trigger. Okay.
Jules Marmont killed my team. He was taken by the shadow. I'm sorry.
Nope, don't do that. Don't do that.
I should get that gun while I'm up here.
Yeah, I should. I absolutely should. And that sounds like a fine way to start the next session. Right now, what we need more than anything is just a moment in the light and maybe a little bit of coffee. Whew. Okay. Well, this has gotten awfully messy. Even messier than last time when it was already covered with paint. I think that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. This is looking bad. This is looking pretty really bad. If Shadow Power Jules is in a state to just take down an entire team of FBC agents, I mean, he probably had the drop on them. He doesn't have the element of surprise with us, but yeah, I have concerns about our survivability here. So come back next time to see how well-founded those are, and we'll see you then.